stop meeting like this. And then by the 5th time, it's just awkward, isn't it?
Hello everyone, welcome to another Disused Railway Explore. I'm with Phil again.
Evening.
We're at Pleasley Pit, which you might remember we came to before. Not many people, I've not seen, I don't think you've seen either, many people have gone the other way.
That's right.
Away from Pleasley Pit towards Mansfield Woodhouse. Now there's two lines. We're going to be walking now the yellow one, which is the Midland line. We're going to follow that as far as we can get. You know, might have to come off, I suppose, go on the other street or whatever.
There's a bit of diversions and one thing, but majority of it is walkable.
But we'll do that, and then when we get to Mansfield Woodhouse, have a wee break, and then we'll come back on the Great Northern Line. And they kind of crisscross at some point, so we'll try and find that point as well.
Yeah.
Now, Phil says down here there was a cutting, and that's where Pleasley Station was. Originally just known as Pleasley, but obviously when you've got two stations, that's going to get confusing. So then it became Pleasley East and Pleasley West, which you take a bit of umbrage to.
Yeah, but it's a bit strange anyway, because when they decided to rename them, they both really were shut anyway. They're only open really after they shut for passengers excursions and stuff like that. So, you know, why did they... It seems a bit weird that they bothered changing the name, especially this one here, which was the first one that went quite early on anyway.
Yeah.
So I just find it a bit strange why they bothered, and really, this is Pleasley North.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. If you look on a map, east and west, if you look at them, it's ridiculous to call them east and west, but that's what they did.
There you go, who knows why. But we'll have a look, see what we can find. Like Phil says, it closed for passengers in the 1930s, so I don't know how much is going to be left of anything, but whatever we will find, we will film. So this is where the line went then, basically.
Down there, yeah.
Down there.
It was just infill from the colliery all the way to here, and then because this was someone's property down in the station side, they obviously didn't dump all the, you know, the sort of reclaiming of the land. So that's why that's still there, although obviously it's private.
Okay.
But it's down there in the cutting.
But so this path goes alongside the private property, so we're not actually going into someone's land, obviously. But the actual railway line was down in a cutting just through there, which we can't get to at the minute.
You can see a little bit as you get further down this path, but it's not brilliant to look at really, and it's a bit of an eyesore anyway, the actual site is.
I think the Midland Railway came first, didn't it? I think that one came in about 1886 or something, and then it was 1901, I think, the Great Northern one. The Great Northern Railway came along to these collieries basically because a lot of the people that were running the collieries were kind of beholden to the Midland Railway, which had the monopoly, so they were getting the ump, because obviously I guess the Midland Railway could name the price. So they urged the Great Northern to come and extend, and that's when they built this. Is it Lean Valley Extension it was?
Yeah. It takes a bit of working out, to be honest. Some of these names, the Doe Hill branch is another one that comes into play, which is the Rowthorne one up there. You know, all this terminology, you need to really get used to what they actually are.
I've been living in Derbyshire for like 12-13 years now, and I still can't understand a railway map from back in those days. It's just so many different colliery lines and mineral lines and stuff. It's, crazy. But yeah, we're following the Midland line at the minute. Let's have a look. What's through there? I'm seeing a brick wall. You can't make out much at all really, but the cutting is through there. But it's private property. There's quite a few trucks and caravans and things. So you can hear the main road down there we're walking down towards at the minute.
Remains of the bridge.
Okay, right. So we're coming out of Pleasley Country Park now. A lot of these pits have been turned into country parks and stuff. That cutting there is where the line came through and went across the road here.
This area is completely changed with the island. That's why it wiped out a lot of these railways here. This is Chesterfield Old Road. This line came over a bridge here. I think there's some big stanchions at the bottom of here, still here. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. You wouldn't have a clue, would you? You just think, oh, there's a wall there.
Wall, but
it does, yeah.
Look, it's got the identification mark on it there.
There you go. So they still have to do that then? They still have to... Yeah, oh yeah, Department for Transport, of course, yeah.
I'm not sure why that would still need to be on these days, because I think it was lifted off in the 60s, so I don't know when that was probably.
Yeah, maybe if it collapses, it means that they're responsible for fixing it. But yeah, you can make it out. Here's a little bit here as well. Oh, there's stairs up here?
Yeah.
So would that be the staircase to the station then?
It's public access, yeah, because you can see the coping stones here, look, as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure what's what here, but obviously that looks to me like the bridge decking came over there.
Yeah, yeah.
and that looks to me like the
Station access, yeah. It's even got the handles in place.
Steps and everything. That's not bad, that.
That's not bad at all. You'd be waiting a while, mind.
Yeah.
Get
I
to the
didn't
top
realise
there.
they were there, to be honest with you.
So which one was this? Is this Pleasley East or Pleasley West? I'm confused already.
It's west. It's west.
Pleasley West,
yeah.
right.
And so this decking bridge came over here before these houses were built. I mean, actually, you can pick up the track there. It's not too far over there. It's just over the dual carriageway, which has been built since. So we've got to get over there.
Let's go and have a stomp then.
So
that's a nice touch though. At least we've got the
good,
stairs. Yeah, I didn't have a clue.
Always a really nice touch. It's like when you get to them old Great Central stations when they used to have the platforms in the middle, and when you're on the overbridge, sometimes you see the mark in the middle of the bridge where the steps used to go down.
Yeah,
well,
of course.
is like the polar opposite, but it's quite rare you see them going up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite good.
Well, there you go. Okay, so we've had to jump on a footbridge now to get over that dual carriageway. It's pretty loud. But that was a nice touch, finding those stairs up to the old railway station. Then I didn't know they were there. I don't think Phil did either. But we'll go across now. It's interesting, isn't it? Because you think like you got one colliery and two lines that go essentially to the same place. But I guess they were competing with each other, weren't they? Different companies.
Yeah, but the GN line barely went into it. That ran to the south of the pit. There was just a couple of lines that shot off up to the colliery complex, whereas the other line basically went almost through the middle of it.
Through the middle of it, yeah. I suppose when it was nationalised, and you've literally just then got one rail company, they just send one railway in.
Yeah.
But when you've got different companies competing, I suppose it's like having an Asda and an Aldi next to each other. You think, what's the point? But
we've got to go down it to get.
Yeah. So we've come off the road. Oh, jeez, Louise. I've made the mistake of wearing shorts again, Phil.
You need a wetsuit to get past this lot.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh wow.
We're not exactly small either, are we? When it comes to height.
Been attacked by a triffid. Right. Got my bag. Things you do to find an old railway bridge or something. Spoke too soon then, it gets a bit Still a beautiful day though, isn't it? Look at that. I would say Barbados, but we're actually in Nottinghamshire now. I don't really know the equivalent. Nottinghamshire. Legs are stung to bits now. Should have worn football socks or trousers. But like Phil says, it's roasting, so never mind. This isn't Phil's first roller coaster, is it? Look how fast he's gone ahead. I'm letting the side down here. What's that you say? We're back on it?
We're back on the top anyway, found it last. Just
so straight through there.
That's just the new 617 below there that wiped out all the, the crossing point.
And there it is then.
Yeah.
Right. Onwards then.
A footpath that came down from, I don't know how you pronounce that place, Broughton, is it? New, whatever.
Houghton, Horton.
Oh, God knows. I'll come to you on any pronunciation lesson.
No, don't.
Especially Higham. What was it again?
I think, did I say Higham?
Higham, yeah.
Higham.
Chief Higham off of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a path that comes down here, and I've been down it before on my bike, and there's quite a deep underpass, and we need to watch where that is because it's somewhere along here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's down the bottom of there. It's quite deep, so if you want to get some footage, come to the bottom, you'll see it.
Yeah, let's have a look.
You can probably go through it and then come back up on the other side. It's just a local footpath. I think it went under the other line as well. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, so there's a retaining wall there.
Oh yeah, here it is, yeah. Yeah, it's not bad actually.
Oh wow.
Oh,
it's the only thing in it that's a clue. That's like, oh yeah, you were on a railway there, mate.
It's not easy to spot at all.
Oh mate, if you didn't know about it, I wouldn't. Bloody hell. Whoa!
Yeah, it's a well made.
I nearly went then.
You got to run.
Right, here we go then. Where's Jeremy Beadle when you need him?
Hey, what do you know? There's a shopping trolley in there.
Oh goodness
Or is
me.
it? Or is it a pram?
Oh, let's hope it's a shopping trolley.
That's quite elegant as well, this bridge.
Yeah.
Higher than I thought that I remember.
Look at that. Yeah, someone's just been burning stuff, as you do.
Oh, that's not trolley, I know what it is.
Beautifully constructed though, isn't it?
I wouldn't as well say it was a double track. But it's because it's quite high, isn't it?
You come out. Oh yeah, yeah. Just come further out here. Sorry about the whole Blair Witch thing. See there, look at that. It's a beautiful bridge. There's loads of rocks discarded there, aren't there? It is impressive, isn't it? Like you say, yeah, just given it was just a footpath. I suppose it goes back to what we were saying earlier. People just took more care of the stuff in the past, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have thought if it was a footpath, it would be much lower than that, you know?
Yeah, you'd think.
I don't know.
Unless it's farm access, maybe.
Yeah, it could have been actually. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what this land was before. That was a nice touch, finding that bridge. So we're on the Midland line and we're about to cross over that Great Northern line. But it might be a blink and miss it job, mightn't it? So we'll have to kind of search for that a little bit. But Phil was saying this bit of line was lifted in the mid 60s. I know the other one that went up to Shirebrook, they lifted that when Pleasley closed, I think in about 83, I think. And Shirebrook went in 93, I think, or something like that, wasn't it? But I think they kept Pleasley shafts open for ventilation and transporting coal, like you were saying, underground and stuff.
Maybe pumping water as well. It's there, look, here we are, we're at the crossing point now.
Oh, okay.
So actually, that suggests to me that this went under then, didn't it?
So that's the Great Northern Railway. So yeah, that's going to have a bridge over the top, isn't it?
I thought it was the other way around.
Bang, over the top there.
I don't
then.
think I stood it up enough.
So
yeah.
that goes up to Shirebrook there then, doesn't it? Which is basically, you know, some of the stuff we're going to film on the way back.
Later on you'll see it.
Yeah. So about to come back onto the main road, where there should be an archway left, or an abutment for an archway of the old viaduct that went over here. It's quite overgrown, and this is not the safest road in the world. Crossing on a corner. Okay, so the line is in those trees. It should come over any moment. Quite a cutting down there as well. Well, here we go, let me step off. Here we go.
That's what I call camouflage.
Oh wow.
Look at that, even the side.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, would you?
You'll never see that.
So is there stonework the other side, do you know? So it's come over straight over there. Oh, speed limit. And there we go. I would step out for a better view, but then arguing with that thing. So you get down there, is that where we go?
Yeah, you can go down there, yeah. So that's, I think I've been lying winter, I've not noticed anything.
No.
This was always obvious, but I couldn't work out what it was, but it's the start of the viaduct.
Start the viaduct. Right.
So that was a bridge then, and then there's an embankment,
Yeah.
and then the rest of, so that actually isn't the start of the viaduct, that's just an overbridge that came across the road. And I dare say that road might have been a bit lower in the olden days, because that didn't look that high, did it?
No, it didn't, to be fair.
So it's an embankment, then suddenly it's just woof,
Straight into the
over
viaduct.
valley, yeah.
Is there road left of the viaduct?
Bits of brickwork might be down on this side, or some wall at the bottom. I'm not that certain.
Yeah, that is steep as you like. Phil was saying they blew this viaduct up within 12 months of doing a test on it and saying it was in perfect condition, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, they closed a lot of these railways and started moving the coal underground, which is sad for, you know, people who like trains.
Think too well. Was that a stone lake on the
Let's
top?
have a look.
Let's have a look.
Clamber.
There's a little bit of a path going up, isn't there?
Yeah. Path for a mountain goat. Ow! Oh yeah, there's stonework there, look.
Yeah, there's a bit, look, in there. There's just 3 routes. Yeah, that looks like the just right on
The start of the viaduct then. Yeah. And then so it would have smashed over there.
Yeah, I think there's some brickwork at the bottom.
Look out the bottom, yeah, things there.
There, look.
Brickwork. Oh wow, yeah.
That looks like that's it. Yeah. There's your first support, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, first support of the viaduct.
And you can see how high it looks.
Yeah, really high, yeah.
Which kind of...
Sorry about the sun glare, guys. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Oh, car's coming. And it goes across through there.
Plowing duties.
Yeah, yeah. I'll film it so that people can hear with every sting I get. Oh, that's not too bad actually, to be fair. It's quite a big step though, the bottom one. Right. So we're crossing over the River Meden, which is the river obviously that the viaduct's crossed. Viaduct blown up, so obviously there's nothing to see there, which is a bit annoying. Still, it's a beautiful area, and it looks like we're about to get on a trail. Mansfield, 4 miles. There we go, Meden Trail. So I guess we just follow this until we get...
We're going to climb up onto the where the viaduct ended, and it's a track bed then from the top, walkable.
Oh, magic! That's great then.
Yeah, that's it. All the scrambling's over down there.
No famous last words there, I feel.
No, it is. This is the footpath to get to the top. I think that little Papa Sorelli shooting up is what people sometimes clamber up to get up, but it's much safer to go up here, mate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you can't see it now, but there was a massive viaduct then coming out over. Bang. So that's going to be the track bed there, isn't it, Phil?
Yeah. Yeah, you just nip up here.
Yeah.
It's well trodden. Very well trodden. I think most bikes use it.
Here we go. Oh yes, well used. Oh yes, they've just...
It's not as severe as I thought, it's gradual. But there's no dramatic edge to it.
No.
But that's
So,
here.
straight to Pleasley in that direction.
Yeah.
Mansfield, Woodhouse in that direction.
You've got it. Kind of
Yeah.
odd, isn't it?
Yeah, mind you, that little like stone sticking out there doesn't make any sense either, does it?
No, I'm not. I don't know what that's. I don't know. What that won't be there, would it?
But yeah, no, you're right. It does look like there's a single track and there's the other track.
A
But
bit odd, isn't it? It might be just a retainer. I don't know.
yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah. Goes round and goes on.
That's a public footpath. That one, someone's kindly just torn that off, so we don't actually know where that goes. But we've been walking this for quite a while now, but it is beautiful. Look at this. I can't think of a more English scene than that. The pylons kind of kill it a bit. We just keep on keeping on. You've gone from like a massive embankment, almost like into a cutting within no time at all, isn't you?
Yeah, it did do, yeah. And then it turned right into a rock cutting. There's no sign of a rock cutting yet, so we're not quite
there.
got there now.
It's crazy how short these lifespans are for these railways. You know the amount of effort they must have put into it.
Coal. It's coal. Whatever cost to get the coal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Passenger services were secondary, really. That's why a lot of them were just not. They didn't last long. That's
No,
not the reason.
30 years basically.
They
Something like
were
that.
just a hindrance, really. So the passenger paid-ins, and for them to be put through, it coal the king, isn't it? So.
Oh, I think the mill's through there. So
I think we're about to see that.
there were some sidings there then, but it is so hard this time of year, isn't it? They say.
Well, it's just hard to
Because
imagine.
it's just
it wasn't,
overgrown. Yeah.
to be honest, because of the height.
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah, you're very close to the mill building, look.
Yeah, but that's something there. There's a gate post there.
Yeah.
There's the mills through there. We'll get closer to them a little bit later on.
I mean, that doesn't look anything, but I think that's the top of them. And I think if you stood the other side, it'd be quite high. It just doesn't look it, does it? It just
No.
looks like it's just some kind of shed thing.
So the cutting's getting deeper and deeper and deeper now. Look, there's the wall.
What that is? Strange. There's a structure there.
There's a what?
There's a structure here in the. I wonder what that is. It's really hard. It's up like here.
Oh goodness me, it's a proper explore this one. Oh, hang on.
What do you think this is?
Let's have a look. Oh wow.
What is that?
Good question. What is
It's a
it?
bit like an old coal drop. Where a line would go above it and coal would be dropped down, you know, down into it.
Right.
It looks like a coal drop, but you know, it perhaps isn't. But that's what it resembles. But it doesn't make any sense to have one up here, apart from the fact that we do know there was some sidings up here. I don't know about here.
Well, there was definitely some here.
It was. Obviously, it's been filled in.
Let's keep going. There's something coming out the back wall here. If I can get to that there.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
What is it? A tank?
It could be a water tank, couldn't it?
Water tank, I think. Yeah, sort. But I'm not sure what that is. Unless another water tank sat on there, though. I think it's cross members of another water tank.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
They've took it up, look.
Has this got the same things underneath this one then?
Well, it's
hard to tell, isn't it?
If
But
it's exactly the same level, I think there's a structure sat on there and they've took it away. Obviously connected to the mill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
that'll show up on the back if you have a look.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the beauty of those side-by-side maps. You'd be stitched without them.
No, I need to get back on the meat.
This mill, Pleasley Vale Mill, it's got a bit of a dark history, apparently. As they all did, didn't they, really? Didn't really take care of people that well. But they had most haunted, I think, was it up here 2004 or something? Because there's a nasty spirit of a guy that apparently murdered an employee or something. It was named as like in the top whatever most haunted places, so that's always good. Glad we come in the daytime. It should be alright, but yeah, here we go. Look, off the side of the railway. Oh, straight through a cobweb. Look at this. Would have this just been blown out then? Ah, sugar. Out, out, out. Nice. Sugar. Oh, nearly stacked it. There we go. Oh, it's tiny, tiny. Right. Thankfully, that doesn't warrant me climbing up and breaking my neck. Right, literally, I'm gonna have to run this, aren't I? Oh, ush, 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 ush.
There's some down there, they're not as bad to get to.
Oh, mate. There we go. There we go, look at that. The money shot. There's a sleeper, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well spotted.
A concrete sleeper, though. Oh, so it must have been going quite late then.
Well, 60s it was lifted, late 60s. Well, it doesn't say there's a dump one there, it doesn't matter, does it? When it was, I suppose they were concrete, but that is a sleeper, you're right.
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
There you go. And that was me feeling sorry for myself because my muddy hand. Right, so we've passed the mills. They're over there somewhere. But we will get some closer footage of them later on. We're just coming up to a nice bridge actually, so we've seen a sleeper and now a bridge. So we know it's a railway.
I think it's along the bridge on this line actually.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah. Over bridge anyway. Which is a bit surprising because this cutting's quite deep. And
yeah, you'd
need
think.
to cross from one to the other, you'd expect one or two, but
Exactly, yeah.
where's he just popped out of? Must be a path going down.
Is there another little cavern down there as
I
well?
thought there's one on the right somewhere down here. I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember the first video I did coming out of Tib Shelf Ponds to Teversall and Silverhill Colliery, so I'll turn that so you're not being blinded. It's the continuation of that line. So it went on, called into Teversall, called into Silverhill Pit, carried on to Pleasley Pit, which is where I finished that other walk, and then we're continuing it. But you were saying that they call it the Meden Trail because of the river, but it's actually the same railway, the Tib Shelf and Pleasley branch. It feels like we're at the end of a line, but we're not. So we're saying there was a bridge here then.
So yeah, this is starting to drop down now, look, because the bridge has been taken away. But if you look to the left there, do you see that building?
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's original, but there was a couple of lines that came off this line coming this way, and two sidings went to there, and it was called Lower Mill Sidings. So
Right.
that was something. Now it's some kind of kennels or something. And although that looks old, I don't think that's
Because it looks like an abutment, like a bridge.
Yeah,
there.
it does. Yeah, it looks like an original building. I'm not 100% certain, but that was the Lower Mill Sidings. So the structure that used there, I don't know why it had to have sidings running into it. I don't know.
This is private land then. So this was a bridge over. That nothing left there. Unless there's something up there. Is that what is that? That's some brickwork. That's just a continuation of the wall, isn't it? Nothing left of that bridge. A little bit of brick. Look, that's about it. Okay, so we've reached the end of the line there. It's private land. That then carries on through a what was it? What is?
It's like a what do you call it? Where the household rubbish.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, like
household waste.
Yeah, a landfill type thing.
Yeah.
And then it joins up with the Robin Hood line, which is the main line going between Nottingham and Worksop,
Yeah.
which is still active, obviously. So what we're going to do now, we're going to walk around, and we're going to get close to those mills that we sort of kind of skirted around a little bit further back along the railway line. Where we've left that line, this looks, oh, this is a wildlife rescue centre now, but the brickwork looks like the same as some of the bridges that we've seen, isn't it?
Mm.
So maybe that was,
They where windows look. So
yeah, maybe that was the lower mill then that the sidings went into.
yeah, the siding did come off and run into this structure, but for what reason?
It's another old map job, I think. So answers on a postcard then. Anyone? That sounded like a gorilla trying to escape then or something.
Yeah, someone doing some work, I think.
Yeah, any answers on a postcard? Anyone know what this was? It's Mansfield Wildlife Rescue now, but it was Lower Mill, I think. But I don't know what kind of mill it was. The big mill down that we're going to come to was a textile mill, I think.
It was Lower Mill Sidings, that was. Lower Mill is an area of the mill that's a bit lower down in the main complex up there, but for some reason it's called Lower Mill Sidings. So your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
The confusion in such name popping up twice.
Because it's so long ago, it's hard, and it's not like you can knock on the door of the geezer and say, here, you know. Just turn into a nice country walk now. So that's the River Meden, is it?
I think so, yeah.
It's not a very powerful one, is it? It's just
not really river-ish,
no,
is it? You know what I'm saying?
no, more like a stream. If that's power in this textile mill, though, I'm assuming it was probably far more powerful in the day.
It's been made into a lake to run through the wheel. You know, it's not just relying on that. They've made a dam.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, they've done that. Just there, that won't power much.
There's a suit. I didn't even know these were here.
It's a big thing to not see.
I know.
You know?
Oh, so that's where we were walking.
That's the tops we started to see, but it could have been the
Right.
first bit. No, it was. I don't think you can see them, but I think it's the first complex up there. Because there's a split and then there's a second back.
Okay. So this mill, Pleasley Vale Mill, built 1784, and that's pretty old, isn't it?
Yeah.
A textile mill, and like I mentioned earlier, they had most haunted here because apparently there's some creepy stuff going on. But you were saying to me when I wasn't filming that a lot of the mills I used to go to for work were like dead creepy as well, right?
Creepy, mate. Yeah, there's one near Bacup in Lancashire, and it was we were delivering some things there, and we would follow the guys to wherever he wanted the goods, and he was taking me down these corridors, creaking floors, really creepy, just sinister, and I can well imagine why they wanted to film these kind of programs in there.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, perfect for it.
Very creepy, and interesting at the same time as well to actually go around them and see what they actually like inside, because we all see a mill from the outside, but they really are different inside, very dark.
Which makes it even more sad. Like, you think how many kids, there's lots of stories and stuff about kids that were kind of brought to these mills, the old workhouses, isn't it, Victorian times and stuff, just from some of them 4 years old, working in places. I've got she just turned 5 a couple of days ago, your old daughter. The idea of her going to work and working 13 hours, 14 hours is just insanity.
Sweatshops, weren't they? Can you imagine being on the third, how many stories with that mill there? You're right on the top, and it's a red hot day and you're sweating away on machines, it'd be unbelievable. No aircon.
No, unbearable.
Can't even think what it'd be like.
I can feel myself getting colder as I'm getting nearer to it,
Yeah,
like
it's
the rock.
a tunnel feel, isn't it?
Yeah. Jeez, it is freezing. Wow. Look at this. That is crazy. So it's like it's just a mill literally built into the rock. That's awesome. I feel like I'm underground now. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. That's incredible, isn't it? Wow. Oh, you can see right up there as well. It's like somewhere like James Bond would come and find.
These don't look like that's 18, what was it? 17, Pleasley Vale Mills?
1784, yeah. The thing is, they rebuild and stuff and expand, don't they, so much? But yeah, this ain't that old. That is strange, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where there was sidings above there. That's where the sidings came to stop.
Right, so the sidings are up the top
Yeah,
there.
they're on the top and they came to a stop on the end here.
I wonder if then they had, you know, they would load up and there was something there
I
then.
don't know.
A lift to bring it down here.
I just don't know. Doesn't.
Because there's the mill, but it's not going across there, is it?
No.
That's strange.
But there was some girders sticking out on that little entrance point there, like they've been sheared off.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's something there, ain't there?
And this would have been connected to something, wouldn't it? But it's just kind of just stood on its own now, clinging to life.
Where's one of these information boards when you want one?
That's it, isn't it?
Hey, great lightning conductor on.
There's red brick up there as well. Look. And they filled in here. I wonder if they've got one on the other side.
Yeah, same as one at Pleasley's. So now,
It's hard to tell though, isn't it, if there was something here.
yeah.
They just pulled it down. But that's where the sidings were up there, so
the
up in those
picture we
trees.
found recently, that now is very apparent. That's where they were on top of there. Only 2 or 3.
So this must be the path that we saw earlier then.
Well, it went under the railway somewhere, so we should see something going under the railway. I say going under, the railway is so high up, it's almost going to be a little tunnel, isn't it, going underneath? I'm certain there's something just round this corner.
I didn't even see that on the way over.
No, but remember I was going to walk down that tarmac road, remember? We was wondering what
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
And that's where this brings it down to. So, God, that's a hell of a bridge, wasn't it? Talk about over-engineered.
I wonder what came through here then, because that's a big...
Yeah, why so big, I wonder?
Yeah.
I think a path came down from somewhere and went under here, but that's ridiculously big for a path.
Maybe the sidings are above then, because that's not single track width, is it?
I know, but...
And then, like you say, yeah, the embankment's on top of it. I mean, that's taking some serious weight. It's impressive. And you're not really getting it from here. It should come out more. Huge bridge. So we've walked above that earlier on the Midland line.
Yeah, we went walking just on top of there. It was a bit further up because it was higher, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So in the middle of that,
It
probably.
was middle and higher.
That was Pleasley Vale Mills. So we're going to stop now. What we've done is we've come out of Pleasley. We've followed that yellow line, that Midland line. We've come all the way as far as we could get to Mansfield Woodhouse station before it obviously became private land. We've come down and we've seen the mill complex that those sidings were serving. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go and try and find some remnants of that red line, which was the Great Northern line that came out of Pleasley, and see what we can find.
Yeah.